Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey.
We finally made it happen.
Yes, we did.
All right, check. You mind talking into your mic?
Check. This is Apropos. AP.
1 2.
Yo.
Perfect. On the loudest one. I eat the mic. It's a real problem.
I'm a low talker, so I'm gonna just say that now.
I'm turning your shit way up. We good.
I be talking low as hell.
We good, and we smoked a little bit, so I understand. See, I'm such a loud person. I like the smoking because I'm like, all right, now I can be chill a little bit.
Yeah,
like I'm just a fucking boisterous person. That's what makes me a comedian. All right, it's the day before Thanksgiving.
Yes, sir.
We're in Detroit.
Welcome, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to the city, man.
Yeah, Detroit showed me more love than any other city, so thank you. It means a lot. And I got to hear you guys' project,
Man.
which was a masterpiece.
Man, thank you, bro.
No, for real. Like,
that.
it's, I said this when I was listening to it, but I feel like it's a lane that's completely untapped. And it's also not one that feels like you forced yourself into it. It just feels like natural and unique, which I don't think happens a lot in music right now.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Appreciate that.
What's the name of it?
Right now, it's untitled.
Yeah, it's untitled right now.
Okay.
Gulley and I really come from the background of soul. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna incorporate the word soul is going to be in that album.
All right.
You know what I mean? In the title, 100%. But yeah, we're coming together with a title, artwork, all that stuff. So it's in the works. You know?
You just wanted to put the art forward.
That's right. That's what
Isn't
it's all
that
about.
like that's like the thing you have to realize when you start creating. It's like, oh, cool, I can create the thing, but then there's so much other shit after it that you have to figure
There's
out.
definitely more. 'Cause I'm real specific on like presentation for sure.
How did you guys link up originally?
At the Bruiser house?
Yeah, I think we just
At
met the
Denny's,
house.
yeah.
Oh, really?
yeah.
So you guys can't. That house is fun.
So hold on though, because I was a fan of Gulley before I met him.
I didn't know that.
Around the LNS time, I think, when LNS came out. Was that like 2019, 2018-ish?
I think 2020.
2020, yeah.
2020.
I just remember like getting the album, and then he was over at the house, and then he had heard about me too. So he's like, "Yeah, you sing, right?" Like I was like, "Oh wait, you're Gulley." Like, yeah, it just happened. It just happened.
When you at the house, you just end up running into anybody. Like
The Bruiser house is crazy for that, where it's like you don't know what the person's background's gonna be, but everyone there is there for a purpose.
Yeah, so many talented people, walk through that front door. Met a lot of people from Detroit, not from Detroit. Super talented people walk through that door, man.
All right, let me go deeper before we get into the other shit. How did you guys first get in contact with Bruiser House, Bruiser Brigade, Danny?
Oh yeah.
shit. Well, I used to rap back in the day, like in a group called Night America. So like we used to always like do like events and shit like that. But like it would be like these Bruiser shows, like we would get booked for and shit like that. We just end up getting cool with niggas. So like, I've known Trip and like JUS for a while. You know what I'm saying? But like just one day JUS just hit me up, was just like, yo, I'm trying to fuck with you on some beats. Like he just came and picked me up. I played him a few. He picked what was it, like Destiny, and that was just like it's been there. It's been up since for sure.
I get my hair cut from BMO.
Oh, really?
So in 2019 or 2020, it was around the time, it was around January of 2020, I started getting my hair cut by him. I'm telling him about music and stuff. He's not even telling me anything about like Bruiser. I don't even know he knows like Danny or anything.
Yeah.
I play him some of my stuff, and he sees me on The Voice. I was on The Voice season 19. And when I came back, he was like, yo, man, like, just want to let you know, like, I know some people, like, I think you should come by the house. I was like, oh, yeah, what's up? Like, he's like, yeah, man, like, I'm cool with Brown. And I was like, oh, shit, Danny Brown? Like, yeah, like, what's up? Like, let's, And one night he hit me up, and he told me that Zaloopers, who I was a huge fan of, I've been a huge fan of Zaloopers, like, for ever since, like, Z Ghetto, like, and all that shit came out back in the day. And he was like, yeah, like, I'm over at the house with Z and Black Noise. I'm like, wait, what? Like, so he's like, come through. So I literally I go there with my roommate, Cove, and bro, me and Z record a song in one night. Like, it's crazy.
That first night.
And that first night. And then from that day forward, like maybe like 3 or 4 times a week, me and Loopers and Black Noise were recording music. Ended up Danny would come over a few times, have some writing sessions with him, like where he's, doing his thing and everybody's all just, vocalizing, harmonizing, all that stuff and writing. And it just turned into a friendship, man. And just a creative, friendship, brotherhood type thing. And I got to be on so many different people's projects like Bruiser Wolf.
Yeah, Wolf was the first time I really checked your shit out.
Yep.
Which is so funny because you were talking about the voice and shit.
Yeah.
And I was saying this before, but literally like on my way over here, I told my grandmother I was coming over here, and she was a huge fan of you.
That's
from
so
that
crazy.
shit,
Hey, shout out to what's her name?
Gloria.
Shout out to Gloria. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you watched me on The Voice.
Yeah, but
That's wonderful.
It's funny, small world type shit.
It is.
And I thought you guys, especially from the chemistry and the music, it's funny how you guys connected through that too, because it would seem like,
Crazy.
I don't know, maybe it's ignorance, but it seems like, how long ago was that you guys met?
2020.
Yeah, it seems like there would be longer history from the music that is being made.
What's crazy about Detroit is like you hear about people and you like we knew who each other were. We just never were in the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how it is. That's how it is.
You'll run into anybody. Like,
I knew he
Yeah.
did
have a
beats.
session.
I knew he
Yeah.
rapped. He knew I sang.
You don't rap anymore?
Nah, I'm retired.
Is he retired?
He has bars, man.
I want to go check out
Sometimes
some of
you messing
your
around
raps.
and say some shit and be like, "Damn."
Why'd you retire?
But, okay, so when I rapped first, like it was cool, but like when I started making beats, like I got more out of that than I was with rapping. You know what I'm saying? It was just like when I started doing that shit, I was like, this is it. Like this is what I want to do. Like for real, for real. It just like grew from there. Like I mean, yeah, I'll be fucking around, but like I don't be like. I'm not gonna drop no project or no songs. Or shit. I got songs, but it's just they gonna stay.
It was like that was a step to you finding your real passion.
Yeah, in my opinion, yeah. But I mean, maybe one day.
Yeah.
I might come back.
I was reading other shit. You've been doing it for a minute, like you since a kid, like music. Like,
Yeah,
you've
I've
been
been-
singing and shit. Like
I started playing piano when I was 7, and then joined a band after high school. I was in a band called Soul Divide. We did, fairly well around the city. Just rock, like modern rock, alternative rock,
yeah.
some classic rock type sounds. We did that from like 2010 until 2015, 16.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2018, I got signed to a label overseas called I Am Sound Records, indie label. And I did an album with them, and that kind of started my solo career. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as of right now,
Started in the church and shit.
I did start in the church.
Because that was something I wanted to ask you. It's funny you
Yeah.
brought up those the cassette tapes
Yeah.
and shit, because I always find the relationship between religion and music interesting.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, like,
It's so yeah.
I mean, honestly, like a majority of our ancestors started with church and then moved over to something else. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. You still like even like to like before, later, like and now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Mhm.
like it's always some church influence in the music. Like for sure.
And I don't
we may
even
not be religious, but like
and I'm not super religious.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I hate the like spiritual religious debate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where
What
it's
am
like,
I? Yeah,
like,
I feel you. I feel
literally,
you.
but it's like,
feel
all
you.
right. But I do have this thought where it's like music did for like the only time you could hear music for the first time was like in churches. I feel not churches, religious
Okay.
ceremonies. Because
true, but like honestly, I know the very first artist I ever heard ever, and it was Rick James. Like it went from Rick James got band to like James Brown. Then you know what I'm saying?
you remember the first moment? I remember the first
I
artist.
remember the first moment I heard Rick James for sure. Like I was like, I don't know, probably like 2 or 3. Like I remember that shit for sure. Like I had like CDs, cassettes. Like my dad would just make me like these like random mixes with a bunch of like old songs in them. So like I would just listen to that all day as a kid for sure.
sense.
For sure.
I see see where you are today from that.
What was your first memory
of music?
Yeah.
Honestly, classical, man, because I started playing piano when I was like 6, 7. So my first pieces were like Beethoven and, Bach, stuff like that. So that's the most memorable from my childhood. You know what I mean? But after that, like I would say the first like CDs and stuff that I bought, like tapes and stuff, like Sublime, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Nas, Tupac, like a lot of like 90s stuff, you know what I mean?
It's funny that you say you realize it with him, and then I'm thinking I realize it about you and myself.
Okay.
Like, your musical tastes are kind of set in stone from the beginning. Like,
Yeah.
as much as you want to be I can change
Your
them.
parents have a lot of influence on your music now.
Because my first memory of music is my dad playing me Touch the Sky.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
you're talking about the.
I'm talking about Kanye.
Oh,
like,
Kanye's okay. I thought you
literally,
were
like my first like real memory. Like
Yeah.
I knew all the words to "The Predator" by Ice Cube when I was 4 years old.
Huh?
Like
No, when I was in middle school, I used to bang NWA. I used to get in trouble.
I was too. I remember in 4th grade, I got like in real trouble because we got to design our own pillows, and I designed an East Coast versus West Coast rap pillow, and literally my teacher made me throw it out, like made me redo that shit. Yeah,
She a hater. You a hater, teacher.
literally.
Sure.
That's why I always get mad. Not mad, but when people are like, I don't know, like I got asked if I was a Griselda plant, like an industry plant.
God, Jesus.
Like literally,
Oh,
I got
God.
asked that seriously, and I was like, I just love this shit, and these are
Y'all
the
gotta chill out with that.
memories.
Come on. What is that?
Those
shit.
are the people without any type of passion about anything. Like,
Those are the people that wish they were an industry plant.
I mean, it would be nice to get paid for it, but it's like I do it because I love it, and that's mostly what it is.
Yeah.
You
I
see,
mean, anything you do should be off love for sure.
you believe Meek Mill only made $11 million in 10 years off music?
I don't know. Probably.
I don't be counting pockets.
I don't know.
He
I don't
literally
even really
just
have
came
a-
out
I
in
don't
an
have an
interview
estimated
like
guess.
yesterday.
I don't know.
Oh, word.
And he came out yesterday, and it's like the DJ Khaled thing, being like he didn't make music for like the first 15 years of his like professional career. Like,
I mean, that really depends on the type of deal the man made. You know what I'm saying, in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? We can't really judge. We don't know what he signed. You know what I mean? So those are his numbers. I don't know.
But that's some real shit where it's like you can get fucked early if you sign to a shitty thing.
Exactly.
Because
Nah, because I remember Cash Doll was in like a shitty deal for like years. She was just that's why it took her so long to actually like drop music, because she was waiting to get out that deal.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you gotta watch what she signed for sure.
yeah, and that's the
I
real.
gotta unlock the door. My manager's coming.
Yeah, of course. But that's the real thing about like sticking with your passion. Like if you hopefully stick to what you're doing, it will pay off in the end.
Hopefully.
Like hopefully.
Honestly, if you like love something, you just gonna do it without even thinking about it. It's just impulse. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like I get up and make beats. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I don't gotta be asked to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. I feel like sometimes the people go further, like who stick to it. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people just like look at it as a hobby. Like, you know what I'm saying?
All right. The reason I say that is because, like, I feel like when you find something that's working, you're really happy about it. And then it gets to a certain point where, like, I thought I'd be, like, being able to live off this easier. And then you're like, that's when your brain starts looking for, like, the easy way out with money, which will sign you to something that will then fuck you in the end. But if you stick through it, hopefully if you can raise your worth.
Yeah, off top. Honestly, like, people should, like, I don't know, take 2 steps back when they get into situations like that and, like, think about what you're doing and honestly really think about that situation and, like, what is it benefiting? What's the pros and cons?
I agree.
Most people don't really make pros and cons lists on anything they do. I kind of do that on everything I do. You know what I'm saying? So.
That's important.
Do you think about your longevity, or do you just, like, you're doing it in the
Every day.
moment, so you...
Every day I think about my longevity for sure. That's like something I can't not think about for sure.
Yeah,
For
I've
sure.
always along those lines. I've always said like, it's not about making millions. It's not about being a millionaire or trying to hit Forbes list or trying to hit the Billboard charts. To me, it's just all about being able to provide and have stability for me and my family doing something I love, which is music. You know what I mean? So that when I think of longevity, I'm like, okay, I just need and have to get to the point to where I can survive, my family can survive off of my gift, which is doing music. So that's my long-term goal.
Do you feel like there's a point that you hit in success where you do have to be like, well, for me to get to that next big level, I do have to sacrifice time. Like I have to.
I agree. I mean, I'm kind of in that right now. What I'm noticing is like as I'm, making more moves and bigger moves, the thing that I'm sacrificing right now, I've been doing so many shows out of state and being in front of so many different people that are not in Detroit. And I have so much love for Detroit. And I want people to understand that I have a Detroit gift of soul and Motown and just that black, late 50s, early 60s, sound. And what I'm sacrificing is understanding that you do have to get out of the city to, get a name for yourself. And it's been kind of bittersweet, man, to be honest, because I've wanted so much love from Detroit for a very long time. And in the past year, I've gotten so much love elsewhere. And then, it kind of trickles down to the people in Detroit. Oh, I see him doing this thing. Oh, he out and blah, 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 doing this. And so
I feel like that's for everybody.
yeah,
though.
you got to sacrifice that.
I feel like your hometown, like it's just niggas is looking at you like,
Yeah.
like look, you know what I thought about one time? Like, Snoop Dogg comes here. That's a big fucking deal. But Snoop Dogg in California is probably not as big of a deal because they see that nigga every day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he's in the community. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even like, Big Sean, I mean, like, of course, Big Sean, it's a big deal, but like, I'm sure it's more of a big deal somewhere else than it is here.
He's there every day. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And also people have preconceived notions or they remember you when you weren't as good.
There you go.
So then they see you now and it's
like, oh, damn.
But their memories are from that first moment of you. They're not on the journey with you because like.
Yeah.
Facts.
Because if they were on the journey with you, they'd understand.
Yeah.
That's why you get love from like people out of state is because like they're like, oh shit, when he comes here, he's really working to get there. I never got love in my town until I got love like out of my town.
I mean, I'd say like for me, it took a while, but now for sure, like the city be like holding me down. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
For sure, the city be holding me.
Yeah, because once they're like, all right, you did it. Okay, you got respect somewhere else. We'll accept you now.
Boys out in Paris and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Well, it's funny that you said that you're only realizing it now because, like, all right, the voice, that's something that you really do, I feel like, have to put yourself out of a comfort zone of, like, being a local person. Signing with a label in Europe, same thing. So it's funny that you're like, you say you're realizing it now because I feel like that's something that's been on your mind for a minute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's just, to me, it's just, this whole year has just been a whole, like, they say, like, turn over a new leaf type thing. I feel like it's the other side of the leaf in my career. So I guess it's just hitting me the most this year, just because so many great things are happening, behind the scenes and in front.
What was the turning point?
The turning point this year, first off, I did about 7 months sober. So that helped a lot.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that was really good. I needed that break. Just clear my mind, get my weight up, you know what I'm saying, hit the gym. But what after that, I would say just determination and motivation and like you brought up, thinking about your longevity. I think that's the biggest part of this year was just thinking, okay, how am I going to do this to survive later on? I'm 33, man. It's my Jesus year. You know what I'm saying? Christ was 33 when he died. I feel that
I only laughed because he left. Don't make me.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I mean, on the record,
it's all good.
I laughed first.
That was a shout out to Jessica Care Moore. She wrote a poem called Jesus Year.
I did not know that piece of information.
But yeah, nigga, you were at the show. What are you talking about?
I mean, I
You
do
don't know
remember.
who she is. We already.
Chill out, man. But no, it just that those two things I would say were really the turning point. And I don't know, man, got some fire under my ass and just I'm working, we working.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and to be real, to throw it, you know, back and forth, like I've seen a change in my brother too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I saw it hit literally in December. I remember he put up this tweet. He said, like, this is my Ocho Cinco year or something. Remember he said that? What'd you say, dog? Remember you said,
that's my screen.
you said, He said, I'm going Ocho Cinco this year.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Question marks.
He said, I'm going
my nigga
Ocho
Ocho's
Cinco this
though.
year.
And
That's what he did.
I tried.
You've been doing
Like,
crazy.
Why?
I mean,
was
my
your- what was
homie
your
played
turning
Boiler
point?
Room and shit this year, bro.
Really? Congrats, man.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
But
Appreciate that.
so I'm just saying, bro. We both,
Yeah.
you know.
No, I appreciate the year I had for sure. Like I did Boiler Room. Shit, we got majority of this project done for sure.
But what was the turning point in your life? Because it's funny that you hit it right around the same time.
shit? Like when I just
That you were like, I'm going hard.
shit, man. That's been years now, man.
All right, when did you make the decision for yourself? Because everybody in life has to make the decision for themselves that they'll take themselves seriously. And that's a big thing I like to ask. When was that moment in people's life?
Loki, I remember this one time, like back when I was doing the Night America thing. So at that point, I was making beats and rapping, but like I will say I've never produced anything for myself. I don't know, like I could go rap on like a Dag beat or like I was working with Dag at the time, or like Future Logic, who I was at the time, like you know I could do that, but like I don't know, I couldn't produce for myself for shit, like you know what I'm saying. I didn't really like fuck with my beats for a while until like one day like we was at like this Vice Detroit thing they had, and we was like it was at the Russell, and we was people was playing music and all that jazz. So by the time we got there, like I had like my little DJ controller, and like I just started playing some of the Night America tracks that we had. But after I played those tracks, nobody was really trying to play no more tracks, so I just started playing beats. So like after I played like a few beats, I mean I knew Z at the time, but like we didn't really have no type of relationship, you know what I'm saying? So like I just played a beat, and that nigga Z was like, "Who beats is this?" And it was like, and then like they was just like, "Oh, that's Gulley shit, this, that, and the third." And then like a few people start walking up, you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the third. And then like I just remember mad niggas was trying to fuck with me on some beat shit, and that nigga Z was just like, "Hold on, I discovered this first."
He was like, nah, man, me and Gulley about to work, nigga. I don't care what y'all niggas talking about. I don't care what y'all niggas talking about.
But
Me
like,
and
it was just that was after that moment, I was just like, "Oh, all right, you know what I'm saying." Maybe I
Why'd
should
you
fuck-
play beats that night?
I don't know. I had no other shit to play from Night America, so it was just like I just started playing beats because nobody else wanted to like play anything else, and I don't know. I just see what niggas if somebody wanted to fuck with me or some shit. But low key, that's how I ended up linking with Nolan and Ninja, because he wasn't in the crowd with like everybody like talking shit. Like he kind of came to me and was just like, "Yo, like I'm trying to fuck with you." And I was just like, "All right, bet." You know what I'm saying? Then like I ended up linking with him and making Grammy off the Yin project, and that was like my first placement. So like I was just like, all right, you know, like that was like my actual like track on vinyl and shit like that. So I was just like I was able to show my pops that and shit like. So that was like one of the moments that like meant a lot to me for sure.
Do you ever think about if you never played beats that night, if you were just like, "Oh, I'll play some other shit"?
Nah, but I'm glad I did. Cause I ain't like at the time I didn't even fuck with them like that. To be honest, like I was just like, "Oh, niggas fuck with these." So
Right.
once I started
Divine
like
intervention.
yeah,
type
that's when
shit.
I had to start getting into like engineering, cause like I'll tell you now, like any producer, like if you trying to like be up like beats wise and you want placements, you better be able to record niggas. Like that's at the end of the day, cause it's like a lot of times out of 10, any other engineer, they only gonna really want to work with their beats. You know what I'm saying? And engineer somebody. Like, you know, sometimes it's a lot of engineers who just engineer, you know what I'm saying? They don't really make beats, and those are the people who like mix a lot of people's tracks. But like the producer engineer niggas that you know, they not really trying to like engineer your shit. They just trying to get the artists on their beats. So it's like you better off, you know what I'm saying, just doing it yourself. You know what I'm saying? So once I started engineering, like just like doing recording Nolan and a bunch of Shadow Temple artists that I fuck with, like Adolph Jen, Amber Shane, and Must Pay Phone, Mike Ford. Like those are like the people.
What up, Mike?
Shout out my nigga Mike. Now, that nigga can rap his ass off. I'm gonna say that every time. But
we have a track on Gulley's upcoming album. What up, Mike?
Yeah, that's gonna happen. Talk to Me Nice coming soon. But
a separate project.
Yeah, I got my own project I'm working on called Talk to Me Nice. It's like my next album for sure.
That's Bruiser as well.
Possibly, yeah, that's definitely Bruiser. Like JUS just hit me up, but we'll talk about that later for sure.
Who else you got on it?
Z's on it. Zaloopers. Nolan and Ninjas on it. Givens.
What up, Nolan?
Who else on there? Oh, JUS, of course. JUS. For sure. My nigga JUS. Shout out my nigga JUS. That's my nigga for real, dog. That nigga looked out for sure. Because he just hit me up just like, yo, it's about that time. You know, I was just like, oh, all right.
And he's so low key.
Yeah, so it's just like, we'll talk about that later.
Later. You were all right, talking about shows out of state. I do want to bring up the one that you were just at, that you were talking about with fucking.
That was called Represent, a night of hip hop, jazz, and spoken word. And I shared the stage with Jessica Caramore, who's an amazing friend, mentor. I just love her.
Jessica Caramore.
So yeah, Jessica Caramore invited me to share the stage, and we performed one of her songs, which is soon to be released on Talib Kweli's label, called Rock and Roll Nigga, man. And it's this crazy rock project with rock vocals, sang by Stephanie Christian. Shout out to her. And spoken word from Jessica Caramore, and it is an amazing project. I can't wait for you to hear that. So I sang that song with her, and then we performed Simple, which I know you told me. I was very happy when I saw you last night at Danny's. You said, man, that Simple song was dope. Yeah. I appreciate that, man. So we sang that live in front of like 3,000 people, man. It was so beautiful.
You ever wake up and have one of those days that you just wish there was someone there to talk to, or a way to just figure something out that you can't in your life? And unfortunately, life doesn't come with a user manual like that, but there are things to help you out, like BetterHelp. BetterHelp has therapists that are trained to help you figure out your challenging emotions and learn productive coping skills, which makes therapy the closest thing to a guided tour of the complex engine called you. BetterHelp has helped 3 million people with licensed therapists. It's convenient, secure, accessible anywhere, and 100% online. Everyone deserves to feel their best. BetterHelp makes it easier to get started. As the world's largest therapy service, they've matched millions of people with professionally licensed and vetted therapists available 100% online. All the benefits of in-person therapy, plus it's more convenient, more accessible, and more affordable. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to match with a therapist. If things aren't clicking, you can easily switch to a new therapist anytime. It couldn't be simpler. No waiting rooms, no traffic, no endless searching for the right therapist. It's there, right for you, right there. So get unstuck with BetterHelp. Learn more and save 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/buckedup. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/buckedup, BUCKEDUP. Make sure to get the help that you need with BetterHelp. Let's get back into it.
It was so beautiful. But other people on the lineup, Mos Def, Yassine Bey.
How was that? No,
Nikki
how was that
Giovanni.
moment performing?
Hold on, my nigga was on stage for Black Thought, and y'all seen
Yeah,
that's hard.
That's
hard.
Yeah, and they're amazing dudes, man. Like, it's just like to see your art appreciated Like, hey man, vocals crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Them vocals, you can sing, bro. That type of stuff. To hear it from
You performed your
those
own,
types of people.
you performed your song.
It's
Like,
crazy. And then
Nigga just be doing stuff.
he just dropped that he had literally before the interview even started. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm on Talib's new project. I got it. We'll talk about it."
Yep.
Like, what the fuck?
And those are all connections from Jessica Caramore, who is just earlier we were talking about people in the city. Jessica is the first and only person from this city who has the connections, resources, and talent to grab someone by the hand and pull them up. She's done that with me, and I'll forever just be so thankful for our friendship, relationship, and just connection, because I think that's what people like her in cities should do for other people with talent. You should just bring people up, and that's exactly what she's doing with me, man. We got a lot of cool stuff happening behind the scenes that I can't wait to to tell you about. But no, that night was amazing. It was at NJ Pack, which is New Jersey Performing Arts Center. Beautiful theater, and I sang my ass off.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
I
This nigga for sure be singing his ass.
yeah. Oh my god, I know. I just keep thinking about I want to talk more about the project too.
absolutely.
But I have a friend, Brian Glowacki, comedian, and he said this thing that sticks with me forever. And he's like, you don't have to be the person who's throwing everybody over the wall, but you gotta send the elevator back down.
Damn. Okay.
And that shit,
that.
In that moment,
Yeah.
that shit, you do have to. People above you can treat you like shit, or not. But if they do, you start to get jaded and thinking that's what everybody is.
That's right.
So then you start to get jaded yourself because you're like, well, I guess that's the only way.
Look,
That's-
this city is full of jaded people, dog. I'll tell you that
Yeah.
for sure. And honestly, I don't blame them because it's a lot of people's situations just didn't go as planned. You know what I'm saying? So I take every blessing.
Yeah.
With grace. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that's their fault?
It could be, but you never know. At the end of the day, I can't really tell you everybody's situation. It's
I
all
feel you.
different. It's all a different story at the end of the day, but it's a lot of stories here for sure, bro. It's a lot of people who didn't be where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because they didn't. What do you think that is? They didn't make that decision. It was just shitty luck. Because you're talking
you'll see
about
people have a run and then it'll just kind of you see a light and it just kind of dims down. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if niggas just not in the studio as much anymore, or maybe some people. I will say there's a lot of people that just be trying to be cool. You know what I'm saying? They don't really got no passion for music. You know what I mean? So it's those people gonna die out for sure. But you can always tell people who have actual passion for music. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to sense. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really trying some cool shit. They just do this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think that's for literally anything. If you're talking about longevity, I know that I'll never be happy with my work, but I know that's what's going to keep me going forever.
Oh, no, I'm never satisfied. Ever.
But some people hit that level where they just want to be cool and they're satisfied with the level that they hit.
Because even this album, I still be critiquing the fuck out of it. It's certain things about it that's just kind of makes me cringe, but at the same time, it's just maybe I should just stop being so Dave about it. You know what I'm saying?
So can you go back and listen to your old shit? Do you still enjoy?
Yeah, that kind of I don't. Some of it I can't enjoy, but some of it's damn, you was on some shit that day, little nigga. You know,
yeah.
Honestly, that's how. I mean, Dilla said this. You know what I'm saying? He looks at music every day. It's a mood. You know what I'm saying? So low key, that's why a lot of people don't realize some rappers, if you trying to give them beats and shit like that, you got to realize those beats are the mood you made that day. You know what I'm saying? The rapper may not be in that mood. You know what I'm saying? So maybe, the best way, in my opinion, to really make music with somebody is, go do some shit. Go get some food, go get some comic books, or, you know what I'm saying? Or, go get some records. That's what, me and him did. We'll go get some records and shit like this, some food. And then
Those
we'll
are the
come
best
back.
days, too.
And then we'll come back and make some shit. And then it's we already in that mood. You know what I'm saying? We already we cool with that day. That's how we
Yeah.
feel that day because we, you know what I'm saying. And so once that beat, I done did that with mad artists, and like that's how the best songs get made because this is like
Spend the day with them. Yeah,
Yeah, you know what I'm
that's the
saying?
same way with like podcasting. I'm happy we got to like know, like we've known each other literally for a year now.
That's right.
And it's like, okay, I met you last night. I hate showing up to a place and meeting a person for the first time and being like, let's have a conversation.
Right.
This, as you could probably tell, this isn't like a normal ass like interview type shit. Like I don't have I don't have prepared questions. Like I'm just going. I want to see what this moment is. This is a journal in time for us. Like,
appreciate you though.
Love it,
for
man.
sure.
No, I love your work. I love what you do and how
I've
you,
seen a few
how
of
you,
your
how you do
Thank
your,
you, man.
interview. I mean, I wouldn't even call it interview.
yeah, it's just
talk,
it's a
man. You have
conversation. Like. Or when people get mad at me that I'm not like a music journalist, it's like I'm the least music journalisty
Yeah.
type person ever,
Right,
bro.
right.
I'm a stoner comedian. Like, go watch me tell dick jokes January 19th.
Oh, he's coming to Detroit. He's coming to Detroit, y'all.
Yeah, headlining January 19th, Detroit House of
We're gonna be
Comedy.
there to support you, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm definitely,
yeah.
I'm definitely coming for sure.
That's my first headlining show in a different city that like is booked at a real club that I didn't have
happy
to
for
like
you, man.
promote that
I
shit.
can't wait.
Book that
That's
shit
fire.
myself.
Yeah. That's fine.
Crazy.
Congratulations, bro.
Thank you.
So,
Do you ever have an artist that you don't like? All right, you could fuck with them, but your moods just will never mesh. Like you can like their music, but it's like, damn, we just really will never work together.
I mean, I'm not gonna
You don't
name
have to
no
say names.
names.
You don't have to say names.
But yeah,
honestly, I've
There's
never
a few.
had like bad. I've never really had like sessions I didn't like. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, I don't know, cause like even like I say like a year or two before I met him, I was like just engineering and like just engineering random artists, like just getting paid. I was trying to pay. I was paying rent off art for like 2 or 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have a job for a while and just doing my thing off music. So like sometimes you got to take artists that you kind of don't really care for. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But at the end of the day, it's like, all right, maybe we can get some out of it. A lot of times you don't even have to do your beats, like I said, because I'm just I'm engineering at the time. So like it's excuse me. I will say, like, don't just let anybody rap on your beats for sure. Like, know what you want on your beats for sure. It's like you gotta understand that's a representation of you. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta like know who to work with. Like work with some people that you like actually like. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
don't just give your homeboy the beat just because it's like fuck it, here's a beat. Like nah, like nigga, like you should really like think about it. Like you know what I'm saying? Like oh, look, that actually messed. Like when I met him and I actually heard what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm like all right. This could work. Like even like when I first time I heard Wolf, I was just like, oh yeah, I need to make something with this nigga for sure. Like
And Gulley,
for sure.
we just talked about this the other day. In my boat, it kind of is the same thing. I think the same way about hopping on, a rapper or a singer's song. If it's not really, meshing, then I probably shouldn't just put my talent on it just because it's this person. You know what I mean?
And also, I
Yeah.
may not necessarily not like
I agree.
it. Like it's just I don't really see where this.
No, I feel
Exactly.
you. All right. So like when I start, there hits points where I'm like, oh shit, should I like start taking money? People offer me money to come on. And it's like, all right, but then this is like, I like to talk
This
to
is what
people I like.
Exactly.
Like I'm not sitting here
I will
asking
say,
you questions.
Any
and
session I've
shit,
ever
like,
took money for, like it's not as fun as like me making a song with AP or me making a song with Z or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's not as fun. Like it's just not. Like I don't know. Like I mean, yeah, you get some cheese and you happy. Like I can pay my rent, but like it's just like
Yeah, because you feel dissatisfied. It's like eating like healthy food or not health. It's like eating a good meal versus eating like.
I will say the past few years I spent less time doing that because I just felt like I need to represent my art better. Like you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
and just fuck with people I actually want to fuck with and who fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Like not everybody like I meet is gonna be like, all right, I want a Gulley beat. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's cool if you don't. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna have no hard feelings about no shit. Like, but it's just like.
Yeah.
You should work with people who like on the same interest level as you are. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, also when you rappers, when you get an engineer, like, yeah, you might have your homeboy here, but he not really giving no love to this mix. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you should go pay my man's over here because he like, oh yeah, I fuck with your shit. I can, I can take this shit here. I can take this out. You like, damn, I didn't even know I could do that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, it's kind of like being in school. When I was in school, I thought I was the laziest person. I was like, I don't want to do no work. I don't care about any of this shit.
I'll
like,
tell you, no, my shit didn't kick off to a junior year. Like that's when I start applying myself.
but now that I'm older, I'm like, I'm not lazy. I just didn't give a fuck about that shit.
right.
Like, I'm a hard worker if it's about something I care about.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it'd be hard for people even to find that though.
mhm.
I know a lot of people who ain't really found that thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Do you think everyone has something? And-
yes, because like, okay, you got one person. Okay, like for male and female, this dude might buy these $600 Jordans, and a girl might think that's stupid, but she'll go buy a $1,000 bag. You feel me? So it's like everybody got that thing they'll spend a little more cheese on. You know what I'm saying? Like it might be like a Griselda hoodie. You know, after retail, that shit's like $300. You know what I'm saying? So it's like some people might pay that $300. Some people like, nigga, you stupid as hell. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's all in what you value in that person. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's what I'm saying. Like interest. It's like you gotta kind of, you know what I'm saying, go with what you fuck with. Because, like I said, something may be stupid to you, may be the coolest thing in the world to somebody else. Like I'll tell you this, like, I buy these Funko Pops. You know what Funkos are?
Yeah.
Like, nigga, it's like a Jimi Hendrix bitch. It's like $5,000. Like, you know, somebody's gonna buy that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not necessarily, I do want it, but like, but I'm not gonna pay $5 for it unless I'm just like stupid up. Like, nigga, I got the $5 Jimi Hendrix. Nigga. Talking about. But like, that's but like, yeah.
Everyone, yeah. And that passion could be anything. When I was younger, I would be like, my mom's a teacher, and teachers make no bread. So I'm always like, why are you doing this for no bread?
She
like
teaching kids.
Because she and then one day I literally, I don't know, I would literally,
shout
one
out
day
to
I
teachers,
was
though,
like,
for real.
do you like your job? And she's like, I love it more than anything. I get to teach these kids, and that really, like, that set it in where it was like, oh, your passion can be anything. Some people, it doesn't have to be going for an art. Like, you don't have to be the biggest, like, name, but you do have to find that thing that you love no matter what.
I found mine.
Yeah. That's why I asked you before, do you think, how do people fall off?
Yeah.
Because that's not the shit they really love.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of those rappers that you'll say like fell off, I bet you they doing something that they love right now.
Yeah.
It may not be like the most famous or like attention thing, you know what I'm saying? But like I guarantee they probably found something they really fuck with and just doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's all in finding what you fuck with and like just bring a piece of yourself.
You have to, and that thing could change. Now, I'm not saying this because you just said that, because Danny just killed fucking Red Rocks. He's about to sell out tonight.
That's crazy.
Bruiser Thanksgiving.
Shout out to Brown. What up?
Amazing. But he found his passion with the podcast.
Yeah.
He loves that
He's a funny
podcast.
guy,
He
man.
changed.
That's his gift.
That's
You know what I'm
like,
saying?
That's a
he already made his name in rap, and he's about to release a project with fucking JPEG and a whole other
can't wait for
project that are done.
I don't know. I
But,
feel like at a
he-
certain point you get to like, I guarantee he probably still gonna make music. He may not put it out. But
Yeah.
it's just like you probably get to a point where it's just like, what more do I gotta prove?
But
Or what
he
more?
found something else, like his next step.
Yeah.
Like, you could have fell out of love with rapping and then just been like, well, fuck all music, because, like, I didn't.
Could've.
Or you found that next step. You used it as, like, a platform.
I'll tell you the truth. Like, that was kind of my cheat code, because, like, for a lot of producers, like, because, you know, a lot of producers, they be in the crib making beats. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was rapping. I knew all the other rappers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when I started making beats, they would just come fuck with me because they fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just on some chill. They're like, oh, nigga, you got beats?
Yeah.
It just kind of happened like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, I'll say I had a cheat code because I was already rapping and performing and doing all that rap shit before. But, like, so, like, and plus also, I know how to rap. So, like, I know how a rap beat should be made. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know, well, I won't say it like that. I will say I know where the pockets need to be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to learn when I started making beats that, like, it may be a crazy ass beat I made, but it might not be no room for a nigga to spit on this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, you gotta, like, honestly, a lot of the beats I made are like probably the simplest shit. Even like the Dope Is in the Building, that's just like a couple loops I've chopped up and like put up, but it's just like, it's just that loop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, but it's a lot of space for that nigga to rap. And it's like, some people tend to forget that the vocals are an instrument. So it's like, that's gonna be your filler.
Yeah, I got my own sound. I'm an instrument.
You feel me? Like,
No, but for real. And he also has such longevity in it that, like, he can literally do it over anything because he's a grown-ass man who's one of the best rappers ever. I want to ask you about that shit going back just a little bit because, all right, again, I knew you from other shit, but I feel like a lot of people who are on
I don't mean to interrupt, but when you say other shit, was it the Bruiser Wolf?
Yeah, it was Bruiser Wolf, and that's when I first heard you, and then
Mama was a dope fiend with knowledge, and then Thank God produced by Rafi. Yep.
Yeah, and
Yep.
Thank
Shout out
God,
my nigga Rafi.
isn't that the opening track on the
Thank God is the
album?
opening
Yeah,
track on the album,
exactly.
yeah.
So when I literally went to listen to that, I was like, oh shit.
Shout out Wolf.
But, and this could be ignorant, but I feel like a lot of people who are on singing competition shows or things like that don't go on to do anything else because they lose their they just did it for that. They don't get it. They lose their passion. That's the thing I'm talking about with you. Like, I didn't even know that, like, you're doing whole other shit. Who gives a fuck about that type?
Right.
Not you know what I mean.
I mean, honestly, I would say I say that too, just because the whole reality thing, and you know, shout out to NBC and all that stuff, but it is a show. You know what I'm saying? You're putting on a show. They tell you what facial expressions to make. They tell you, you know, walk past that door, then do it again because we want to get some B-roll. You know, it's more about you, not about your voice on The Voice. And,
why'd you do it in the first place?
They hit me up. Yeah, no flex. They said, we want you to come to Boston for an audition. We want you to skip the line and audition.
Do they know? Do you know how they found you?
Instagram. NBC, they just hit me up, and
nigga, that's hard.
Yeah, they did, they did, and went out to Boston, which you're from Massachusetts. That's funny. When you said that earlier, I was like, damn.
I know when you said that, I was like, oh wow.
Yeah, the audition was there, and then COVID happened, so there was like a 3 or 4 month period of wait time. But then June went to do it. And I did have the same thoughts that you're thinking. You know, do I really want to do a TV show? But you know what? I believe in the universal God, and I don't believe in coincidences. I believe that everything is like just divine from a plan. So I know that was a stepping stone in my plan in my career. You know what I'm saying? I think one day when I win a Grammy, it's going to be cool to say that I was on a TV show.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
It's because that wasn't your end all be all.
Exactly.
For a lot of people, if they don't get that, they're like, I'm done.
And
I didn't make it.
And you see a lot of people like that on
Like,
a lot of the contestants, you know,
that's
are
what
like
I'm
that.
Yeah, and that's why I fuck with you too, because it's like that was just another step in your journey.
That's right.
Like,
Yeah, because a lot of the singers you like see on shows and shit, they don't like. You don't never see them again.
and they aren't making great music.
Even the winners.
Yeah, like
you
even
don't
some of
see-
the winners you don't see, like other than Ruben Stutter, like you know what I'm saying, like those are
That's a wild.
J Hud.
and Fantasia, you know what I'm saying. So it's just like, oh, she was on the show.
American Idol.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Didn't Kelly Clarkson win one
Honestly,
of those
bro,
shits?
Hey,
But
shout-
still, you got to think numbers-wise, how many people are on like every reality
That's right.
singing show, music
I ain't gonna
show?
lie,
Oh,
shout
my
out
God.
Jennifer Aniston because like I ain't even associate with her.
Didn't she win a fucking
American Idol,
Oscar
like-
too?
Oh yeah, she's up there.
She won. Did she win an
That's live.
Oscar?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
live.
that shit's
that's
hard
live.
as hell.
Um,
But it's cool when it's just another stepping stone.
yeah.
Like, it's so funny. There's this comedy show called Kill Tony.
Yeah. Well, I've seen it.
Yeah, so when I was 17 years old, I used a fake ID to get into the Comedy Store in LA, and the first time I ever did comedy was on Kill Tony.
What, bro?
What?
For real?
Yeah, and a lot of people, if we're talking about a lot of comedians go on Kill Tony and don't do shit. But that
Bro,
was
I need to look this clip. Is it
that,
out
yeah, it's
there?
episode
I need to see that.
140. I want to make sure I got it
Watch
right.
that.
149.
That's dope, man.
Um,
Yeah, I like Kill Tony.
It's just that's why I think I connect with you more is because there's a lot. 147.
Okay.
That was the first time I did comedy, and a lot of people will do that and be like, "Oh, I got on Kill Tony, I'm good."
Yeah.
But that's this. This is
Nah,
8
you
years
still
later.
working, yeah.
This is 8 years later, and I'm finally headlining my first show out of state. Like
And
I'm
look what
finally.
you've done since then too. Even with the just with the musicians, rappers and singers that and just building relationships. That's awesome too. That's part of your stepping stone. too,
Yeah,
know
when
what
you
I'm saying?
said when you win a Grammy, it's gonna be cool to say you did that. When I fucking get a Netflix special, it's gonna be cool to say I started on
Claim it.
Kill
Claim
Tony.
it.
Like
Claim it.
Hey, speak that shit into existence. Manifest that shit, my nigga.
that shit's Manifestation doesn't have to be spiritual at all. It doesn't have to be God related. It doesn't have to be anything other than if you don't put forward steps to do something, it's never going to happen.
How you going to get there?
And that's as simple
I
as
ain't gonna lie,
it is.
like for sure. Like I told myself I was gonna do Boiler Room, but I didn't expect to do that this year. Like, you know what I'm saying? I expect that like a few years from now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so, like to knock that off my like bucket list is like crazy. Like for sure.
What's your proudest moment? This is for both of you.
My proudest. I ain't gonna lie, probably giving my dad that vinyl for sure. Like and seeing like, cause that's my real last name is Gulley. Like my name is David Gulley. So like for him to see like Gulley on record, like that was live for me for sure.
That's beautiful.
Man, shout out to Pops too. My proudest moment. Surprisingly, probably on the Voice, man. Like when because it was during COVID season, so like your family couldn't be there, but they make you like walk into this room before you go on stage, and then like your family pops up. So like it was a surprise to just see my mom. I hadn't seen her in like 6 weeks because you're there like doing all the training and vocal sessions and stuff. And yeah, my mom just like pops up and said how proud she was of me to be on national television and to make it that far for my family to see that. That's a proud moment.
That's beautiful too. That's cool that for both of you, it's you got to follow your shit and then get the respect of your parents.
Right.
Because I think that's a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
I love my parents. They're so supportive of me, which is really cool because then I can be like, look at, like you did raise someone who can do something right.
Exactly. Yep.
You know what? Like, even if I fucked up other shit, like even if I'm not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you raise someone who can set out on their plan and actually
Absolutely,
do
man.
it, which
Shout out to the parents, man.
is, and that goes back, how many people can create an idea and manifest it?
Man, I didn't know my boy
ain't
Sam
gonna
was so
lie.
philosophical, man. We like, man.
I ain't gonna lie. I
this
used to
crazy.
think about working with one specific singer like for years.
Wow.
Like okay, I was working with my guy Satomi the Red Fox. Shout out to him. I made like this chocolate cake song and I forgot the name of the song, but I was just working with him a lot. And I'll be honest, like a lot of those like sessions helped me to like be able to work with a nigga like AP. You know what I'm saying? So like I appreciate that nigga for those sessions. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
third. So like, but no, I used to always just think like, but the thing is like, Satomi, like his shit is like all him. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of going in his direction. Like I always kind of had like a direction for a specific singer, but it's like I never got to really like tap into that for real. For other than like Super Cool Wicked. Shout out to my nigga Morgan. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't know about Super Cool Wicked,
No,
you
I
know,
don't. I'm gonna check that shit out.
That's
Cove
my
Love just
dog.
walked in the building.
What's going on?
Come on over here, boy.
My dog.
What's going on? It's my homie Sam.
Good to meet you, man.
Tom from Massachusetts. Good to meet you, bro. DJ, good friend.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, working with like Super Cool Wicked, Amber Shane, like it kind of helped me like to get to where I wanted to go with him. Because, like I said, all those artists are like, you ever hear like those stories about Badu? It's like it's a Badu session, nigga, and like how like Questlove had to like trick her into liking shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like I didn't really have to do that with him. You know what I'm saying? Like everything I was like visualizing for years to try to like do, like it just happened naturally with this nigga. Like it was just like for sure, like. Yeah.
What do
we
you think?
claimed it too. It's funny, like we claimed it like before this album, the album you just heard. Like we literally said out loud, like this is going to change our lives. Like he still has a text message when I was out in Washington, and I wrote most of the album out there, and I was just like, yo, man, like this album's gonna change our lives, and we just claimed it, and it's about to happen.
And I will say that album is,
Yeah.
it will change your lives. Yeah.
It's gonna get in the right hands, and it's just gonna be okay. We see what y'all two brothers are trying to do.
Even if it just is supposed to, is supposed to be that, I can't even speak right now, but it's supposed to be that way. You know what I mean? Like what do you guys think your connection is? Like, why do you think you guys made such a perfect project?
Well, one, like soul music like that's like specifically soul, like you know what I'm saying, like Motown, like you don't hear that no more. Like you know who's on Motown right now, like Migos, like you know what I'm saying. No disrespect to them, but it's just like that's not Motown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's not like the, you know, Temptations. You know what I'm saying? Supremes. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you don't really hear that from nobody no more. Like, but I've always wanted to like tap into that. Like, of course, I'm just the home city, but like, even if it wasn't the home city, like I said, you know, my first introduction to music is like Rick James Gap Band. You know what I'm saying? So like all that music was in the crib. You know what I'm saying? Like Luther Vandross was like Jesus in my grandmother's house for sure. Like for sure. Like you know what I'm saying? You can't speak ill about Luther or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Or Michael Jackson for sure. Like you would get beat up. Like even my auntie, like who was her? Phil Collins. Like that was her. That was her guy for sure. Like you couldn't speak about anything about Phil Collins. Like
Phil Collins was one of my first CDs.
Yeah, no,
nah, like anybody in our household, like you know what I'm saying. Like I had a real like music household. Like you know what I'm saying. Like my mom and dad, like were in the bands. They weren't in the same high school, but like my dad was like a drummer. Like he got full ride scholarships to like Texas Southern and shit like that. So he used to take me to like Texas and see like the bands like playing shit like that. So like yeah, like so like like I said, like before I even got into rap, you know what I'm saying? Like or like it was just soul, you know what I'm saying? Like that's like my first interpretations of music. So it's like, yeah, I always wanted to tap into that. You know what I'm saying?
I would have
like,
the same answer, honestly. It's just soul, like the way me and Gulley connected. It's just like I'm speaking with my vocal cords. Gulley is speaking through software and hardware in his mind. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's just his art his soul comes from the rhythm and melodies in his head. Mine just come from my voice. Like I use my voice.
And you only have one track with a live band on the project?
yeah. But the band is called Black Inside, and it's definitely getting its own album. And when I say like this is some of the like craziest shit like I've ever like helped produce or like just put niggas together in the same room to like that shit. I know we've been talking about this shit gonna change your lives, nigga. That shit's gonna change our lives for real. Like that Black Inside shit, like
It's something else.
it's like original I can't think of the word arrangements and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like some of it I'm sampling on the MPC and like the band is kind of going where I'm going, but it's just like from the first session we sat down and like made shit like it was just like magic the first session till now, like, and it was just like I could take a lot of the credit, but I can't because like them dudes, like, I ain't had to guide nobody, like you know what I'm saying. I ain't had to be like, oh, you off right here, my nigga, like you know what I'm saying, like
Yeah, they know.
they were on it, like you know what I'm saying. Shout out my nigga, shit, it's a lot of niggas.
And they're all jazz majors.
Hold on, we gotta get all these niggas' names right.
Oh,
right.
Alan,
Todd. James, Woods, Steve, Todd. No, that nigga's name is Devin.
James,
Todd, Devin, James. He got all type of names.
Yeah,
Alter Ego, and Brian.
Yeah.
And Brian. Shout out to all them, bro. Like them niggas, like, I ain't gonna lie, like, that's some of the like the best music I've like been involved with. You know what I'm saying?
Black Inside will be a household name very soon. We ready to take over.
Why do you think that was missing in music? Where do you think it went?
What's that?
Soul, Motown.
Shit, I mean, things change, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Evolution, like we wouldn't have Lil Uzi Vert without change. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's things go.
Who just released arguably the best song in his career.
I ain't gonna lie, that shit was like.
I
Look, I was in New York. I was in New York, and like to hear like Fuck Flex be like this fucking Lil Uzi Vert song, like the Fuck Flex and shit. That shit was like hilarious to be like.
Just Wanna Rock.
Nah, that shit heat.
I Wanna
Rock. I ain't gonna lie, I can't wait to like get in a setting where I can actually DJ that shit. Like I do. I like.
Bro, that sounds
crazy.
Anyone who says Uzi fell off, nah, that shit's crazy.
Nah, that song's hard. I ain't gonna lie, that song's hard as fuck.
But where do you think it went?
Some things just turn into classic and don't, keep up.
I mean, but there are people who still do it. You know what I'm saying? There are people still like Adrian Young. Like that nigga's crazy. He still records on tape. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. Wow. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say though, as far as like, I just think that like the Motown sound is just has just become a thing of the past. Nobody really like just kept up with it. You know what I mean? Like when we turn on Marvin Gaye, when we turn on, the Temptations, it's like you automatically think of that time.
Yeah,
It's like,
because the farthest it goes in like rap, I feel like right now, and it's not at all, is like a Rod Wave type. Like,
I'm not too familiar with him.
I don't
neither of you listen to him? Oh, that's surprising.
I will now.
I would like to know what you think about it because it's
I've been hearing his name a lot though.
Yeah,
I've been hearing his. I just never really like. It'll take a minute for me to tap into something.
He's like a church singer who's rapping, who's singing over like trap, like not even trappy beats, but just like he sings.
Okay.
That's why I wanted to know what you thought
like an
about
NBA
him.
YoungBoy type flow.
No, like he's like church sings. Yeah.
Oh, what? I need to hear this. Wow. Shout out Rod Wave, man. My bad, man. I'm about to get on that.
I'll check it out.
I just didn't know if you guys knew him.
Nah, I don't know, like I said, I be listening to fucking Teddy Pendergrass.
My thing is like I'm always just searching for more music because that's my thing. But when you're in it, it's different. Like I'm not searching for comedians.
I'm
like
a DJ,
that
so like you should see my house. It's like flooded with vinyls everywhere, like everywhere, for sure. Like it's so many motherfuckers, man. It's hard to keep up.
Yeah, there's so many.
And it's like I don't know. I kind of pay more attention to the underground cats. You know what I'm saying? Like the cats ain't really making like on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Like, you saw how long it took Currency to get on the radio. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
So I've been listening to that nigga forever.
Well, that's what I'm talking. Like, Wolf's album will be looked at back on, but it's not like
I ain't gonna lie. That album gonna be come back, and it's like people gonna be talking about that shit for years.
It's
like shout out my nigga Rafi, dog.
It's an amazing
for real.
I've known Rafi for years. That's my nigga, dog.
When's the project dropping?
What project?
You guys.
I don't know. We don't really have like
a
say in
we don't know. But
all right, I get it.
Well, but see, I like it because it's such a secret thing. Like I feel like just people know what's up,
and when it drops,
it's because like I don't know, we've played it for very select people, and the reactions we get, we really hold on to. Like you guys, both of y'all listening to it, that
it was an honor because
really something. I'm glad you understand. Like that's the thing when I play, Gulley and I's album, for people to understand is so meaningful. Like I'm glad that you get it because we're really making a statement. But we playing 2023 like spring, late winter 2023 is what our goal is.
Awesome.
Yeah, hopefully 2023.
We got some behind the scenes stuff.
But I don't know. I like me personally, like I said, I'm real big on presentation. So like, if you go look at my past work, it's like all my artwork is like I really like paid somebody to like make that shit crispy and perfect for that shit. Like I'm big on like just theming shit, like and just making it like getting the colors right and like you know what I'm saying, and making sure the videos match the fucking cover art to the flyer that you put out. Like I'm like everything got to be cohesive. Even the merch got to match what we doing. Like you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Like but this is like this one like because like I just feel so strongly about it. It's like he decided he wants to drop everything all at once, like vinyls, album, shirts, so it's like all right, so we getting that shit down now. The album's done, so now that
it's all the other shit now. It's all the other shit now. Man, I'm really happy we got to do this.
Yeah,
this was a really dope conversation.
I appreciate you, dog.
Yeah,
I never did no interview shit like that.
Oh, really? Yeah, well, it's an honor, man. I'm happy we finally got this too.
Absolutely, man. It's been an honor, and also it's just cool to because I'm a fan of you too. So it's just like watching your page, and you're like literally in my house. That's
man.
Dope. So
I'm a fan.
I gotta
too.
say that is kind of dope. Like, and I'm really looking forward to your comedy show.
Man, thank you so much.
We're gonna be there to support you, and we're gonna bring some people out.
January 19th, Detroit House of Comedy. Do you guys have anything you want to plug before we wrap up?
I just want to say just thank you to anybody paying attention that has been a supporter of me, or is a new supporter of me, or just watching this, hearing this, is just getting a sense of someone that you want to get to know as far as their art. Please get to know me and my art, and that's all I gotta say.
Shit. We'll look up for his album and my album. I guess. Shout out my nigga Jimbo.
Yeah.
Peace out, everyone. This has been Bucked Up.
Peace and love. It's a wrap. Good shit, man. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
All the way from Massachusetts, my boy.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey,